Me. It's time for game 2. Zenith. No, just kidding. It's Mushi versus Ice. Your solo championships. Here we go. Ice. He beat Mushi. I think it was Mushi's puck. You did as well.
Yeah, it had to be.
And game 2 is going to be something a lot more fun.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be an Ice hero if I've ever seen one.
It's Timbersaw, guys. Timbersaw versus Timbersaw. And they're all getting excited. The crowd wants it. Ice. He picked X versus S4 and lost, though. He beat the son of Magnus on Magnus. He couldn't beat him on his own hero. Will we see a repeat here?
I see a lot of people that lose on their own pick, so we'll see if that's going to be a trend throughout the tournament.
Yeah, we'll have to find out. Very early on now, but we saw in game 1 that Mushi is a very aggressive player, and Ice just was able to punish it. Very good defensive play. I mean, fantastic mechanics. We saw great phase shift dodges from him. Mushi overextending at times and getting picked off. Will that happen again?
Yeah, quite simply, I think Ice just outplayed Mushi that last game.
Yeah.
As far as spell usage goes.
Very different build already. I mean, we don't see much 1v1 Timbersaw, but you look at Mushi, he's gone for an early Stout Shield and a lot more regen, actually a bunch of stats too, whereas for Ice, skips the Stout Shield, skips the Tangos, and going straight for a Bottle Rush.
I think most players go with the Stout Shield build because the common build is at level 3 or at level 4, whatever you prefer. You get 2 points in the reactive armor, which gives you a ton of armor, and if you have the Stout Shield on top of that, you can basically tank the creeps and just have a right-click war. So that's usually the normal build for Timbersaw's mid, but if both of them do it at the same time, who knows what's going to happen, because I've never seen Timbersaw versus Timbersaw mid before. Pretty awkward matchup. But I think if Mushi was to play this, he's going to just be really aggressive with the Stout Shield, with the reactive armor, leveled up, most likely at level 3, and just take trades, as many trades as he possibly can.
No courier shenanigans. In fact, neither player opting to go for the rune this time. We saw Ice scout it out last time. Mushi used the courier to scout. This time, both players focused on their creep block. And the creep's about to spawn. Yeah. Here we go. Game 2's underway.
The battle begins.
Back in the Fistful Tangos was fun. You could actually block the creep wave with the courier.
Oh, yeah, Valve patched that.
Yeah, that got removed, so no more of that.
Yeah, they also added 1v1 partially because of that tournament. Yeah. So here we go. Mushi going to be blocking the wave. So far, Ice looks like Mushi's getting the better block here. No, he'll let it creep through and scratch that thought. Ice standing strong.
Yep.
So he'll have the high ground, but it's melee versus melee. It's not the biggest deal.
Yeah, they're both strength heroes, so the Whirling Death takes 15% of your primary tribute, so this Whirling Death is going to do a lot of damage in this middle lane.
Yeah, it's also going to be somewhat negated. We'll have to see. Both players using it at once and both sitting at the same strength. So 2 equal forces hitting each other. Nothing happens.
I still think I like Mushi's build a lot better. I think the Stout Shield is going to do him a lot more once he gets that reactive armor leveled up, because he can build charges a regen just by tanking creeps. And when he tanks the creeps and takes no damage from it because of the Stout Shield, that'll give him a clear edge, I think, throughout the early game.
Yeah, for now, Mushi hits level 2 first. Now Ice matching him and not really going for any auto attack trades. Both players just nuking the wave. It seems like maybe Mushi isn't as confident in this matchup, but now a Salve checking the top rune, and it's a regen, so he knows. Ice. The lane's about to push, though, so if he wants the rune, he'll have it. And in fact, he may go for it now. Heading towards the top side, seems like he wants to position himself towards it. In come more creeps, he'll push out one more wave, and wouldn't be surprised if he goes to that point.
Yeah, and he went for a bottle rush, too, so if Ice gets it, that'll be really great for him. He'll be able to spam Mushi out of the lane and take the trades that Mushi kind of needs to win the lane because of the item build he went for.
Yeah, both Timbersaws taunting each other. I wonder if Valve has any Timbersaw versus Timbersaw lines. Because for anyone who doesn't know, there are some lines. Oh, here we go. A lot of harassment. And Mushi, he'll get this regen rune. So Ice bottle first, but denied the rune. The 2-minute rune is spawning soon.
That's very important, yeah.
Should Mushi wait for a double spawn, or should he just come back mid?
He's just trying to. He's going to wait for the double spawn. I think there's no point going back now. He just needs 3 seconds, but he's going to just ignore me and just go back anyway.
Rune ends up spawning bottom, and I think he did a vision of it at the end there. It is going to be an invis rune. I mean, if you surprise the enemy Timbersaw, he just uses all the same spells you do. I guess the question is, what build should they go for? Because Ice already playing Timber Chain, whereas Mushi, we'll have to see what he does. He's not level 4 yet.
In the mid lane, there's not many opportunities to actually use the Timber Chain, so it's very popular that people just max the Whirling Death. So I think that's probably the safer route to go. You'll push the lanes out faster, you'll probably get more runes, and you'll do more harass damage. So I definitely think Mushi's build right here is probably going to be a little more stable. He's going to be able to tank more if he does it properly, but it looks like Ice is going for the pure DPS route. Ice is going to Timber Chain and Whirling Death with only 1 point in reactive armor. But yeah, we'll see. He's really going all in here, I think, in my opinion.
It also could be the bait Mushi build, because if Mushi doesn't know he has Timber Chain and he dives Ice Ice Ice, and Ice 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 hooks away, the tower kills him. Maybe it's that. We'll have to see if he even shows the Timber Chain, because Mushi, otherwise we'll have to keep a really close eye on how much plus armor Ice 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 has, else he may not know what skill build he's gone for.
Yeah. And he's not going to tank too many creeps because he didn't go for the Stout Shield to build the reactive armor. And he didn't level it up either, so there's no point tanking creeps within too many creeps. But Mushi's obviously should be showing that he has reactive armor level 2. If Ice 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 has a plan here, I don't know what it will be, but it looks like he's going for just the pure aggressive build here.
I mean, that's what we've seen with Zenith. Even though they pick the weirdest heroes, there always is a plan. There's a method to the madness, and I imagine there's a method to this madness, but for now, we're just going to have to wait and see what it is. Mushi, as we so often see, he's winning the CS war. Can he transition it into a real advantage? Can he find kills? Can he actually win the match, or is he just going to out-CS him? I mean, that's always a question with Mushi.
It always is indeed.
And now, we continue to farm. 18-5 for Mushi, 14-2 for Ice Ice Ice. Both heroes getting close to level 6, and is that the point where we might see some more killing, or are they just going to keep on farming in War of Attrition style Dota?
I think for Ice Ice Ice, he's definitely, I'm curious to see what he's leveling up. He just won 1 point Timber Chain. That is really weird. But yeah, once they get 6, they're going to just joust back and forth, and if they see an opportunity, if one takes too much damage, I think one will go for it. And he actually got a blind whirling death on him right there. That was quite fortunate. He was just farming.
And he just bought something, I believe...
Boots?
Ice Ice Ice? I think he just bought... I thought I saw a headdress there. Maybe not.
No, I don't.
I'm hallucinating. It's been a long day, man.
No, just boots. That would have been a pretty quick headdress in boots, though.
Yeah. I mean, do you want boots in this matchup?
Yeah, he can get in range to get his whirling death off, which I think is pretty important, and especially if Ice 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 doesn't go for it as well. And he has a DD rune though, which will help him get he'll get a lead back in the CS if he does it correctly.
So level 6 now on Mushi. He's got the clear burst damage advantage, but it's going to be interesting to see if he can actually kill Ice 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 or if it'll just be harassment.
He missed his whirling death there.
Yeah. Slight advantage for Ice Ice Ice. Level 6 coming pretty soon. Mushi leading in terms of CS, leading in terms of net worth, and in terms of items, doing all right so far. But with a DD up on Ice Ice Ice, hard for Mushi to fight.
And he probably still does not know he has a point in Timber Chain. It's going to be interesting to see, once again, it's like, is he going to just level up the Whirling Death, or is he going to go in for Timber Chain for like a surprise kill? Because the range does go up, so he can actually tower dive if he gets that leveled up.
And remember, it is pure damage, so your reactive armor is not going to help you against that. It's magic damage anyway. Mushi could get caught by surprise, even with and especially with this DD rune. Could lead to his early demise.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a point in this game where Mushi, he has the build which is more stable, and he'll get more CS with this build, as you can see. But Ice 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 will have the opportunity to kill him at some point.
Yeah, and Mushi also with no point Timber Chain, if he has to run, he can't. Ice 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 can run him down. And this might be an opening here. 6-minute rune about to spawn. Ice 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 wants to contest. Mushi, he'll back off and he'll push out the wave. Ice 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 guessing top rune, and the rune's bottom. Pretty bad luck for the players guessing the runes these games.
It's going to be invisibility again.
Middle tower
yeah, Mushi doesn't really want to fight him and actually take a fight right now. He just wants to kind of out-level him, get more items, and just, in the War of Attrition, he just wants to come out ahead and just get... Oh, he went for a cloak.
It's all pure damage, isn't
it? The Whirling Death is only pure if there's a tree nearby.
Okay.
So, if he's near trees, then he's screwed, but I do not think this is a very good item build, to be honest. But we'll see how it plans out for Mushi.
Yeah, Mushi, he's always trying to go next level. Here we go. They'll both throw out shotguns. Both players falling pretty low, but nobody dead just yet. And now, Invis is up and goes back in. Is he going to commit? Both players duking it out, but Ice 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 hooks away and almost kills Mushi in the process. Now he knows the Timber Chain's there.
Yeah, the cloak isn't going to help him too much, to be honest. Especially if Ice 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 decides to tower dive him later on near the trees. Because like his ultimate is pure damage. The chain, if it hits, it's pure damage. So,
Interesting.
It'll be interesting indeed.
Yeah,
Maybe he's just really afraid of the whirling chain harass damage early game.
You know, we've also seen a lot of cloaks from other matchups where it makes more sense. Like we've seen Shadow Fiends getting early cloaks. Obviously, he's got a lot of regular magic damage. I wonder if Mushi is just sort of on autopilot at this point. It's been a long day. Not for him, but watching all these games, at least I'm exhausted. So we'll see. Now Observer wards for Mushi. Ice 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 says, well, I've already got my wards. He's got one part towards the rune and one scouting the river as well. So.
And Mushi has 2 wards coming out to him as well right now, so he can get some vision up.
So both players farming, CS very even, skill build at this point is pretty similar. Mushi, now it's point in Timber Chain, 2 points in reactive armor. Ice slightly behind in experience, but not that much. It's anybody's game.
Yeah, now this is one of the games where I think it might go a while. TimberSolo is not an easy hero to kill, especially in mid lane, because the pure damage just isn't there when the trees aren't there.
Both players, they want that top rune, and they're both on its bottom. It's a DD again. I mean, maybe if you got a double, 2 runes in a row, but nothing like that coming yet. Mushi hooking forward. He's got a slight lead here, it looks like. Oh, slow Ice hooks up to the high ground. Backstabbing Mushi. Mushi low. Mushi, however, still alive, driven off the rune. And Ice says, that's mine. Back off, buddy.
He went for the safe play there. Maybe he could have went in for the kill there. He had one more chain up, but...
Is he going to blind go up the river? Or up the hill? He's got a ward.
He does have level 2 Timber Chain, so the reach is a little bit further than Mushi has, which is, like I said, is going to play a factor later on in the game when it comes to, like, if they want a man fight, Ice will be ahead in it.
Yeah. For now, he's not forcing it, but he is kind of zoning Mushi off the tower. Nice Mushi. He's healing up, but this DD rune's pretty scary. No, not without a creep wave. Ice going to back. Here comes the bottle. Bottle crowing once again. So Arcane Boots up for Ice. Mushi, with that early cloak, he's not going to have a pair. Otherwise, he could.
Yeah.
And that, to be honest, it's not doing a thing for him right now. That cloak.
He doesn't have a magic stick either, which is really weird.
Now he's getting one, but Arcane Boots significantly delayed. And here comes Ice continuing to farm. 44-5, slight lead in CS now for him. Mushi, who once had the CS lead, I think in the war of the attrition, the Arcane Boots are going to be a big advantage for Ice.
Yeah, this cloak is starting to really hurt him.
Yeah, that would be his Arcane Boots right now.
It would be, yeah.
If he hadn't gone back for the Magic Stick. And also the Stout Shield, it's great in those first few levels, but at this point, the nuke damage from TimberSolo is the vast majority of it. The creeps aren't doing too much against level 2 reactive armor.
Yeah, I don't think he played too aggressively when he went with that build he did go. And it's pretty obvious to see that Ice kind of knows this matchup a little better than Mushi. And
yeah.
Mushi probably doesn't really play this at all. So Ice has that advantage over him.
Yeah, and whereas Puck, I mean, Ice, he's played quite a bit of that. So maybe that's the secret to his success. Both players, they got their choice of heroes. We end up with these 2 matchups based on them. Now Mushi picking up an Invis in bottom. Unfortunately, it's going to be hard to go on Ice. But knowing Mushi, he might try anyway.
He will not come out on top on that, so he needs to just farm, yeah, and he breaks it just to get a last hit.
Yeah, for now, Ice, in terms of level, both players pretty much dead even in terms of experience. Slight lead for Mushi. He's getting close to level 9, but, I mean, is there a point where this matchup changes? Is there an item that they can get or a certain level where the players get more aggressive, or is it just going to come down to when they feel like fighting?
Right now, I find it very hard for Ice to lose this, because as you can see, he can just spam his abilities because he has the Arcane Boots, whereas Mushi, he does not have any way to regenerate his mana other than bottle crowing. So if Ice wants to just spam to harass him like you see him do all the time, he's just going to be on the defensive. You see he buys a salve up, which is going to put him even further behind. So if Ice keeps his cool and control and he gets his levels up, I have a hard time seeing him losing this one.
Maybe if there's some awful rune luck, it could turn things.
Yeah, rune luck, maybe just getting overconfident, something like that.
Generally, it's been Mushi with the overconfidence in the 1v1s, and he's winning in spite of it sometimes, or maybe because of it, depending on the case. But Ice, hey, he said he's hungry in the lobby, so maybe he'll say, screw it, man, I want to fight. Let's go to game 3 if we need to, or let's end it here.
Well, if he's hungry, he probably just wants to try and win this one.
Yeah, we'll go in for Mushi. Chakram as well, a big jump. Will he leap again? He's got a fresh Timber Chain. He's looking for it, throws it and misses. Now Mushi, unfortunately, still on the run. Ice just pursuing him to the ends of the earth, salving up. He really wants this Mushi kill. Hooks forward. He's got a Chakram here. Mushi, the 12-minute rune coming pretty soon. Slowed down. Can he get away? He's still running around the Rosie. We're not done yet.
As you can see, the Arcane Boots on Ice, yeah, he was able to use so many abilities right there. Whereas Mushi, he just can't spam. If he would have took the fight, he would have died. Because he just get more abilities off when you have those Arcane Boots up.
And now it's a haste rune for Ice, so...
Oh, that's dangerous.
More ways to set up that Timber Chain. And I think if that second Timber Chain hit, he might have actually gotten the kill.
Yeah, it definitely would have, but Mushi moved really well, so he couldn't get hit by it, so there is no chance of him dying there. He saw he has 15, they both have 15 stick charges, actually, so they're both keeping that into account when diving recklessly, so he's just going to use that haste rune just to bottle up.
Now Ice, despite the CS only being 7 off, is leading by nearly 700 gold, and it's those salves for Mushi. The cloak not doing anything, and not having quite as much mana regen, being forced to ferry himself salves, and not getting the runes either. He's bottle crowing, but Ice getting runes and having arcane boots. He's winning this war of attrition. He's almost up 1,000 gold.
Yeah, look what item he's getting too. He's going Blade Mail.
Blade Mail.
That's
man.
really good.
That's a manly item. That's a let's fight kind of item. The thing is, if Mushi wants to run, a lot of his abilities will damage Ice.
Yeah, he'll just chase him down if he doesn't want to fight. And if he wants to fight, he's going to kill himself. So I think Blade Mail makes a lot of sense here.
Very clever item from Ice. But we'll have to see if it pays off. CS still pretty close. You just have that sense that Ice is going to go for the jugular pretty soon.
Yeah, he may wait for the Blade Mail. He may not. Maybe he'll wait for level 11. Who knows? But Mushi still doesn't have his arcane boots. It looks like he's saving up for that, but he keeps having to ferry out these salves, which is just putting him further and further behind.
Now Ice killing off the wave. Both players throwing out chakrams. Ice positioning maybe for a Timber Chain. He might look to dive Mushi here. No, not going for it yet. 14-minute rune coming pretty soon.
Yeah, LD, I think we're in for probably a long game here.
All right, guys. Get yourselves a drink if you need it, because we might be here a while.
Maybe not if Ice goes really aggressive when he gets the Blade Mail. Who knows? It's up to him.
Mushi, I'll go into the side shop. For anyone who doesn't know, you can chop from the side shop here, for those new to Dota, if you walk into the Roshan pit. So arcane boots for Mushi. And now he'll wait for the 14-minute rune, and no luck. It stopped.
What is he going to get is the question.
Dire's
Illusion
middle
rune.
tower is under attack.
Unfortunately, illusions are not useful at all versus TimberSaw.
If anything, it's just going to get his reactive armor stacks up faster and make him harder to kill.
Yeah, TimberSaw is like a direct counter to pretty much all illusion-based heroes. Pure damage, mass AoE.
And he's also a counter to TimberSaw, apparently, because neither player can kill each other. So far. He's backstabbing. Is he going to pull this wave out and then dive Mushi? Hooks in, chakram forward.
Nice dodge.
Both players, juking and driving.
But they can't really do much about it. This hero has no stun. And what they're actually even doing here, oh, one tree regrew, that's great. But eventually they're going to kill all the trees here. And if there's no trees, they can't really kill each other. But luckily, we're getting respawned trees, which is pretty funny to say, but that's really important in this matchup.
It's a very interesting, I mean, hey, it's interesting. One mechanic we haven't seen much of lately. Poking forward is Ice. The tower is starting to drop as well. So in a war of attrition, tower-wise, he's coming out on top. But I gotta say, if TimberSaw versus TimberSaw comes down to towers, I will be thoroughly disappointed.
They're going to start building necro books.
Yeah, maybe. For now, Ice, Blade Mail, I mean, like you said, seems to be coming. Does he have the recipe yet? No, not just yet. It's not far off, though. Do things change completely once he gets that?
Well, as far as like Mushi wanting to fight him back, which he doesn't even want to do, yes, but if he wants to tower dive still, it really depends on how many trees are there, because if Mushi positions himself well, he won't get a kill.
Mushi, he had a hook there, but doesn't want to jump on Ice. Not under his tower. Blade Mail about to come out, and still Mushi waiting. We'll check the rune. The courier's coming back for both players. CS still pretty even. It's an 800 gold lead for Ice. And you could just see the salves that Mushi... He probably did ferry about 8 salves, or close to it, at least 5 or 6. And the cloak as well. It's making the difference.
Dire's middle tower
I still,
is
to be honest with you, I don't understand that cloak pickup, but...
I don't know if Mushi understands that cloak pickup either. Invisibility rune will spawn bottom. Mushi, the first one to skid out. Throwing out the chakram and slowing Ice down. And he could have hooked up the hill, but probably would have died in doing so. So Mushi, once again, not the most useful rune, but he will get an invis.
Yeah. I'm wondering if Ice is going to push the wave now and go for the tower. There is glyph up, so maybe he can get a deny off it, but he is going to push it and force something out. Mushi will probably just spam it out right back at him.
Yeah, you can spam out the wave for so long.
He's going for the deny already.
Already? So I guess he just wants to ensure he gets the deny? Is that the goal here?
Is he going to miss it, though, is the question.
Better not miss it with the creeps hitting him. Nails it. The tower goes to Ice.
Yeah.
Now maybe one away from a 2-0 sweep. And there's your Blade Mail. Oh boy, here we go. Get ready for some Ice Dota.
Yeah, in this case, I'm just curious what Mushi thinks he's going to go for.
Do you think the Necro Book is better than a Blade Mail here? Or?
It's really good here for 2 reasons. First reason is you can push with it. The second reason is, oh wow, he might actually go for it.
Going for it, Mushi hooking back. Ice on the chase, but the invis rune. Can he Timber Chain this blind? No. No, he will. Oh. Nails it. Ice, what a monster. And the first blood, and Mushi's gonna GG out.
Oh my god.
Ice, he's your 1v1 solo champion. What a player.
What a way to end that, absolutely. Just a blind hook into a whirling death. That was just an incredible prediction.
What a player. My goodness, you can't beat that.
No, well played to Ice. That was absolutely incredible.
And he gets a standing ovation from the crowd. It's
Well
been
deserved.
a long day for the fans, but man, he earned it. He's your champion, and there's a beautiful trophy for him.